If you're experiencing back pain, you'll have difficulty lifting or picking things up. Oftentimes, if you try and bend over to get something, that movement will strain your back, aggravating your pain. So I'm going to give you a couple strategies to do when you're trying to lift things that might make it easier on your back. If we've got something small like this pen on the floor that we have to bend over and pick up, the idea with any kind of lift is to avoid hinging at the waist. You always want to hinge at the hips or the knees. Common sense, bend your knees, keep your back straight. So one of the ways to get down is bend down at the knees and hips to pick something up. Now sometimes your knees or hips may not bend that well, so there's another way to lift. We call it the golfer's lift, and that comes from if you ever watch any golfers on television, when they're getting the ball out of the hole or putting the tee in the ground, they'll stick their trailing leg out behind them, and this acts to balance them as they bend forward, and it allows them to bend at the hip without bending their spine. So in that case, you would just balance yourself with a hand on the knee that's going to be planted on the ground, and as you bend forward, the opposite leg's going to go out behind you to balance. Then you bend it forward, pick it up, and the leg helps bring you up so you don't use your back muscles to stand back up. Think about that if you have to pick up something small to avoid straining your back when you bend it over. Now when it comes to lifting things heavier like these file boxes you see, the golfer's lift strategy obviously won't work. The same idea that I talked about though is you don't want to bend at the waist, you want to bend at the hips and knees, and you want to get yourself down low. And then the other thing to make sure of is you want to try and keep the load as close to your body as you can. You don't want to hold it too far out in front. The further out front you get it, the longer the lever is and the more strain on your back. So if you watch from the side, you want to bend down. In this case, these file boxes have handles on them, so that's easier. You want to pull it in tight to you, and then when you stand up, you keep your back straight and you stand up with your legs. The other thing to make sure of is once you're here, you never ever twist without moving your feet. Bending and twisting is a sure recipe for aggravating your back. All you need to do is make sure you move your feet and keep the box in front of you when you turn. Now the other thing, if you find that the object you're lifting is heavy or it doesn't have handles, you can grasp it. Again, the same principle is you hug it in close to your body to try and keep it from getting too far out in front and too awkward to lift. So again, you'd bend down with your knees and hips, and then you grasp it and hug it close to your body, keep your back straight, and stand up with your legs. And again, you move your feet to do any turning. If you keep a couple of those things in mind when you're lifting, you can go a long ways to avoid straining your back.